Do you know how it feels to shred in front of 3,000 people? No? Well, it is magnificent. Until something happens. And to me, one of the biggest nightmares that can happen on stage happened last Friday. What happened and how I overcome it and how you can prevent to be not in this kind of situation, we're going to find out in today's video. Here we go. Hey Guitar Champion, what's going on? I'm Justin Hornbach, back from my practice dojo. Yes, I'm in my practice dojo again, luckily, in my fortress of shredding, where I'm safe, nothing can happen to me. But let's rewind time for a moment. Last Friday, I played with Dawn of Victory at the Epic Fest in Denmark. And the Epic Fest is an extremely great festival, really immersive power metal festival. So there are only power metal bands, and yeah, as I mentioned, it's really immersive. You know, you can play Dungeons and Dragons there. Everybody is kind of dressed up like a little bit of a LARP festival or like cross-playing kind of stuff. Everybody is in that feeling of, you know, having a magical night with their favorite power metal bands and fighting against dragons and slaying evil wizards, and I love it. And if you don't know who Dawn of Victory is, let me explain that to you real quickly. This is going to be a talking video, so you know what that means. Grab your guitar, grab your tea, your coffee, your Monster Energy drink, start warming up for your practice session, but watch till the end, because in the end I have a really cool sweeper patio for you as a little gift for everybody who's watching my videos till the end. So, see you in the end of the video, and they will learn some crazy arpeggios. Let's continue with the story. Dawn of Victory is a band that is formerly known as a Rhapsody, or maybe Rhapsody of Fire. In 1997, Rhapsody released their first record, Legendary Tales, and within the next 4 to 5 records, they become one of the probably the biggest power metal band that is out there. I mean, there are the guys who invented all of that over-the-top epicness with, you know, a whole story that went over those 4 records, a huge lore behind it, with heroes fighting against evil lords and evil shadow wizards, and I love it. And maybe you remember from back in that day, from 2003, they are the band that made a single or song together with none other than this guy here, you know, Saruman, or Christopher Lee. So in the late 90s and the early 2000s, they were a pretty big hit. But then around 2012-13, they split up, and now it exists Rhapsody of Fire, but also exists Dawn of Victory. And in Rhapsody of Fire, only the keyboard player is the original player from, or is original musician from Rhapsody. But in Dawn of Victory, every musician is an OG member of Rhapsody. So we have Fabio Leone, the voice of Rhapsody, Alex Holzberg on drum, the drummer who played on nearly every power metal record, Patrice Guers on bass, really great bassist, Dominique Leclerc on rhythm guitar and second lead guitar, and now it's me on the duty of lead guitar, replacing the original guitar player. And we are just performing songs from that era, and now we're playing some pretty big festivals as well, like the Epic Fest. And we were the first band on the biggest stage who opened up that festival. And the next cool and magical thing is that we played together with a choir, with a children's, teenagers, kind of girls' choir. So before that show, we had like the whole day of, you know, sound checking, setting everything up, playing through some of the songs, checking together with the choir and the songs where they are involved in our stage performance and all this kind of stuff. Sound check, everything went pretty nice. And, you know, we don't really rehearse, because with these kind of bands, you rehearse like one time, and we did this in December before we played our first headliner show on the Power of the Dragon Flame Festival. Oh, hello, Ingvi. So, and there we rehearsed for 2 days, and probably that's all of the rehearsal that we need for the next upcoming month. And as well, like for this festival, because all of the songs that were on the set list, we already performed or, you know, rehearsed once. So and then shortly before stage time, the drummer 𝙤𝙤𝙢𝙀𝙦, he ironically, oh hello Ingvi, he ironically said to me all the time, nobody will come. We are the first one here on the big stage. I mean, even though that bands have played before on the smaller stages, but we were the first one on the big stage. And he said like, nobody will be there, nobody will be coming. And you know, then you're standing behind the stage, you're warming up, you're getting ready to get on the stage, the intro's rolling, and it was a beautiful intro. A composer, I think he's Danish, composed a whole intro just for us, just for that occasion. If you want to hear the full intro, which I fully recommend because I get goosebumps every time when I hear it, I highly recommend to check it out on YouTube. There, somebody from the audience has filmed it. Just search for Dawn of Victory live at the Epic Fest. I tell you the chord progression at the end. I give you the secret key now. C major, A flat major, and F major. I love those chords. Try them out. Try them out with the arpeggio that I'm going to show you in the end of that video. Goosebumps. To open up the Epic Fest, which leads into our first song. And you know, I heard some people out there in front of the stage, and the stage was pretty big and really, really beautiful. And then the drummer Alex, he went to the drum set first, and he counted us in, and then we ran on stage with the first riff of the first song, Dawn of Victory. And you know, that was such a magical feeling. I still have it in front of my eyes, and I still can remember that feeling. I think I will not forget that moment in the next 30 years, because you're running out of stage and all of a sudden 3,000 people are, you know, cheering and shouting and having fun and singing with you together. And that put a huge smile on my face. So that was an extremely beautiful moment. So the show went on. We had a lot of fun on stage. It was, yeah, a really great pleasure to playing in front of those really crazy fans. And then around the last third of the set, you know, we've just finished the song Village of the Dwarfs, and then our vocalist Fabio Leone announced the next song called Knight Rider of Doom. Yeah, before I continue, let me show you some riffs from Knight Rider of Doom so that you know, okay, what kind of song that is. So Knight Rider of Doom starts with a really fast and heavy riff that goes like this. So we have a lot of picking involved, a lot of hand synchronization. You really have to be with your left hand at the right spot in between those open A string notes. Key is A Phrygian. And then we're going to the verse. And the verse goes something like this. So you have constant picking, constant really, really fast picking. We're talking 60 notes on 180 BPM. That are 12 notes per second constant without having a break, plus having the pressure all the time on the index finger and going really, really fast from the ring finger to the pinky. So not that easy. The chorus, fortunately, is pretty easy. It goes. Then after repeating everything comes the solo. The solo first starts with the melody. And then we're going to some instrumental section, first with some arpeggios. And then we're playing a really cool combination of sweeps and a scale run. And then comes this A major inversion kind of arpeggio. So that's one tricky kind of lick. And then comes another really cool arpeggio section, which is a little bit slower, but not so easy to understand from the shape kind of idea. Because you have basically two different arpeggios and two different inversion shapes. Then comes this really classical, typical kind of neoclassical run. A really tricky lick that I definitely should practice a little bit more. It's not one of my most comfortable licks. And then we end everything with another A major inversion sweep, but ascending. So, and after that song, you know, it comes the chorus again. Super easy, super nice. Whew, yeah, all of that solo section. There are some licks in there, believe me. Not easy, not easy. And now, anyways, back to the concert, you know. And again, 𝙗𝙙𝙢𝙢𝙚, our vocalist, he named, okay, the next song is going to be Knight Rider of Dune. And then everything froze in my face. You know, before that, I had a huge smile on my face, playing around, playing with my bandmates. And then all of a sudden, my face froze. And I was shocked. I was panicked. But why? You know, sometimes I have a dream. I dream that I play in a really, really big band, like Metallica, for example, and I'm being with them on stage, but I don't know any of their songs. Yeah, and that happened with this kind of scenario, because, yeah, I have forgot to prepare and to relearn Knight Rider of Doom. Fuck. Because I have overseen the message in our WhatsApp group chat that we will include that song in the setlist. So the fault is definitely on my side. You know, it was a fault from me. You know, I did not prepare well, and that was definitely not professional. But yeah, I mean, the last time I played that song was 6 months ago, so fuck, I'm standing there on stage in front of 3,000 people, and I extremely black outed, totally forgot, fuck, we're playing that song. How do I play that song? Oh, shit. So, and then you have three kind of possible options, three routes that you can go. Route number one is, you can say, stop, everybody. We're not going to play that song. We have to skip it. Let's go to the next song because I forgot to prepare that song. I don't know how to play it. Let's continue with the next song. No, I'm not going to do that. Second kind of option is, yeah, fake it until you make it, you know, slowly turn down the volume and try to fake it while we are playing it, like miming it, like, yeah, we all used to it in YouTube and Instagram. Or like turn around and say, something is wrong with my amp, and trying to turn some knobs, or going behind the stage like something would went wrong, like a string is broken or something like that. But no, not as well. Or the third method, the third way is to trust your skills on the instrument and to trust in yourself that you can nail that song. And I did exactly this. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. So I trusted on certain basic skills that I worked on my guitar playing for, 20 years now or so. And the first one is, for example, music theory. I know my fucking music theory. So, for example, I didn't know exactly how to play that intro riff, but I knew, okay, it's an A Phrygian dominant. So I had a clue on what kind of notes I can leave out, what kind of notes should be definitely wrong, what kind of frets should be definitely wrong. But the sequence, I didn't remember that, from the spot. But I knew, okay, A Phrygian. So I just played in 8 notes the low A string, like the bass is doing, Let the other guitar player playing the riff, Play the A string, then you are not in the way of anybody. Nobody will notice. There are no wrong notes, no tension involved. Bam, music theory. One of the best tools out there. By the way, if you want to learn more about music theory, then check out the ZEN of SWEEPING, my Patreon Academy. Because now there, every Thursday, I'm going to release a video called the ZEN of Music Theory, where I talk about one topic of music theory for you guys, for every member. So hop over there. With only $5 per month, you can be part of this really cool community and get weekly lessons, and of course the ZEN of Theory, where I talk about music theory every Thursday. Check it out. So, and I went on with my knowledge of music theory, knowing, okay, the chorus is in B minor, so bam, these are the chords. The solo is first in D minor, so I figured out in my head, okay, I have to play. I remember it was the fifths going to the root, going to the minor third, and I knew where these intervals are, so I quickly had this back in my finger and back in my muscle memory. Speaking of muscles, the next skill that I worked on is, of course, for example, my picking. And we have a lot of high-speed picking in this song involved. That I trust my skill that I haven't prepared that song, I still can pick through the verse and can play it that fast. And I did. And therefore, it really helps to do my preparation, for example, for the ZEN of Speedpicking, my big online masterclass about speed picking, where with more than 50 exercises, 10 etudes, 4 workouts, and a bulletproof practice plan for everybody who does not have much time to practice. I provide for you all the basics and all the essential tools for your right hand to shred through rhythm guitar and through lead guitar. And I took this kind of philosophy on how important it is to work on your basic and your essential technique and put it all into my newest online masterclass, The Gateway to Shred. In 4 weeks, I'm going to show you all the essential tools that you need to continue to grow on your own in your guitar journey. Week number 1, we talk about practice philosophy, practice methods. Week number 2, we're talking about left hand technique, getting your fingers up to tempo, your independency and your endurance on the next level. Week number 3, we're getting really nerdy into the right hand technique, pick slanting with different kind of licks and all this kind of stuff. And in week number 4, I have a big solo parade for you where we combine everything from the previous weeks, and we talk a little bit about phrasing, tone, bending notes, sweeping, how to create a solo and all this kind of stuff. So this course can help beginners to get into an intermediate level. After those 4 weeks, you will not be the next level shredder, but I guarantee to you that after you've done the gateway of shred, your skills and your knowledge as a guitar player has definitely improved. And if not, there's a 40-day money-back guarantee. So with only $40, you can get the gateway to shred. And I'm going to see you there because in the next 4 weeks, your ass is mine. And I'm going to boost your ass so that your playing will reach the next level. All right, and now so much about advertisement. Now let's go back to the video. So yeah, don't worry, with the right tools and the right skills, you are also able to, work your ass around these kind of situations. And now let's talk about the lick that I have for you for today's video. You can download the tabs for free of those licks and of those kind of arpeggio in the description box. I hope I'm going to see you in my next video. Cheers and pour your progress. Bye. And now at the lick that I want to show you is that A major inversion lick of the end of the solo from Knight Rider of Doom. Slowly it goes like this. And here we're going through the 3 inversions of A major on the 3-string set, the highest 3-string set, E string, B string and G string. We're starting off with this inversion. We're just first playing the 3rd, the root and the 5th, and then we're sweeping the root, the 5th and the major 3rd. So first we have a pull-off, and we have a downstroke. That's really important because we want to use that movement to then execute or continue with the execution of the upsweep. And the same pattern we have on the next inversion and on the last inversion. And here I add another sweep to have the full bar. So we have 1, 2, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4.